something down just to make sure I say it the right way. Let's see. The opportunity to play for the New York Giants was truly a dream come true, and I'm extremely grateful to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play here. The Giants are truly a first-class organization, and I have nothing but genuine respect and appreciation for the people who have built it and who helped carry on that tradition. I've met so many special people and created relationships that will truly last a lifetime. Thank you to all my teammates, coaches, and staff that have done so much for me these past 6 years. There have been some great times, but of course, we all wish there had been more of those. I take full responsibility for my part in not bringing more wins. No one wanted to win more games worse than me, and I gave everything I had on the field and in my preparation. Of course, this season has been disappointing for all, and of course, I wish I could have done more. I'm 100% accountable for my part. I did not play well enough consistently enough to help the team get the results. The reality of the NFL is it's hard to win games and requires consistent performance from everyone involved. We didn't do that well enough, so the idea to change something happens, and I understand. I love the game. I love being part of a team. I'm excited for the next opportunity and know that there's a lot of good football in front of me, and I'm excited about that. To all the fans, I have deep respect and appreciation for your passion and love for the Giants. The fans are a huge part of what makes playing for the Giants so special.
Well, first off, happy Friday to you guys. Welcome to the Third and 10 podcast, episode 43. I'm Nate. Brian here to my right. As you guys just heard or watched, that was Daniel Jones's final interview with the media here as a member of the New York Football Giants officially, because as of today, he was released by the New York Football Giants. Not a surprise to anyone, right, Brian? We saw him go from QB1 to QB3 and then QB4 after they signed Tim Boyle from free agency. And it was to the point where Jones was at scout team safety, which we'll get to in a bit because there's more to that. But he asked for his release, Jones did this morning, and he was granted that release, and now he is no longer a member of the New York Giants. First off, how you doing? How do you feel about this? Because I think the video, when I watched it, because when he got, when he was demoted, I was like, yeah, like this is what we wanted. This is what everyone wanted, right?
Right.
And then he comes out and he gives this formal media interview, and I'm just like, this is why it's hard. It's sometimes hard to hate the guy because he's carried himself with so much class. But
that's 100% right. Like I was thinking in the car when I got the alert, I was actually in the car driving. I was driving, but like I was in the car, I saw on Twitter, I'm like, oh my God, he's cut. And I made me think of, this is going to be a day we remember where we were for the rest of our lives. Like there are certain days in everyone's life where they can tell you exactly where they were when they heard such and such a thing. Today, you'll be able to tell your kids, your grandkids, anyone where you were when you found out that the Giants and Daniel Jones have mutually agreed to part ways. And, it's as great as it is for the long-term future of the Giants, not having Daniel Jones on the roster anymore. Like you said, Daniel Jones is a constant professional. Everybody loves to rip on Daniel Jones, and they make the graphic of when you're putting a quarterback, the worst quarterback ever together, and it's all, Daniel Jones parts. If there's one thing that I wish every quarterback would take from Daniel Jones is his professionalism and his work ethic, okay? Those are two things, and as somebody who was not a Jones fan going into this season, I will staunchly defend that man for his work ethic and how he carries himself. He is a model that every young quarterback in college, in high school, and Pee Wee football, I know he is not the best on the field, but when you look at how you should carry yourself off the field, there's few people that have done it better than Daniel Jones. So that's why I think a lot of Giants fans wanted to work so bad and are sad today, because he's like, man, he was the perfect attitude for this city. And he just At the end of the day, he just didn't have the talent. It happens sometimes. But, just because the guy carries himself well off the field and reminds you of Eli Manning doesn't mean he's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, that's like I said in the beginning, it's the sad thing is that he is such a good guy.
Yeah. You want to root for him because he's such a nice guy. Like, oh, this is a guy I can hang out with. Be a friend. I could be a friend with this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want him to, because he was heartbroken up there. Like he was. He's not going to show. He's not going to cry anything. But it doesn't feel good that an organization he spent 6 years with, he had to go up to the owner and mutually agree to get cut, basically.
Yeah. Like, I was happy when he got demoted because we needed that.
You could still be happy he got demoted because, like, that's at the end of the day, you're not happy that Daniel Jones, the person, lost his job. You're happy that Daniel Jones, the player, lost his job. I think a lot of people have a hard time separating the two. I put it out on Twitter today. 2 things can be true about Daniel Jones. You can love his work ethic and how he is as a man, but also at the same time realize the Giants are better off moving on from him right now and not trying to make this work for a year 7.
Because what's the point of keeping him now? You already demoted him. You already kind of, made the situation worse by, signing Tim Boyle. And it's like, at the beginning, when we heard that Jones is playing scout team safety, everyone was like, oh, well, the Giants are really embarrassing him now. Like, what a trash organization. Stephen A. Smith went on ESPN today trashing the Giants and whatever. So first off, I want to say, F you, ESPN. Seriously.
Yeah.
He hasn't gone downhill ever since. Not ever since, but it's been a damn while since y'all been on top. Literally, Pat McAfee is the only good thing about your damn network. Second,
look at the inside the NBA guys.
At least, thank God.
They're getting them. I was so happy I learned that. I'm like, no, don't. That's my favorite part of the NBA is those guys. I
know. As long as they don't add anyone else onto that network.
Keep that chemistry like it is. It works so perfectly. Those 4. They're almost as fun as the game is.
Exactly. Oh, honestly, there's times where I only watch them. Like, I don't even care about the game. Like, I just watch them. No, but for that show specifically, if Stephen A. Smith is a regular on that show, which I heard he's not going to be.
No, he can make a guest appearance every now and then. That's fine. That's fine. If you want to, get some different perspective every now and then and keep it fresh, that's smart. Keep the core the same.
Yeah. Don't do this whole Stephen A., Will Bond, Malika Andrew. Like, they have their own show already on ESPN. Just let them have their thing. Let Inside the NBA do their thing. But ESPN has gone downhill anyways. No one watches them honestly anymore. It's literally sport. For me, it's just Sports Center or nothing. Or if there's any, Monday Night Football or whatever.
They are the vacation network for me. When I go on vacation and you don't have the full sport package, but you have ESPN.
Exactly.
So all right, I'll just watch ESPN. That's how I kind of consider them.
Yeah. I would say the same thing for me. Sometimes these hotels, all they have is freaking ESPN, so they don't have a choice but to turn it on. But overall, I just saw the show clip from First Take about how Stephen A. was like trashing the Giants. Like, the Giants are a trash organization. Yeah. Well, I'm like, bro, he's been biased his whole damn career. All he talks about is the damn Cowboys. His career is legit just based on trashing the Cowboys, so he can shut his damn mouth.
His career is saying, what can I say to garner the most attention, whether I believe it or not.
Yeah, like, I thought he was like funny and shit, but he's over here like, oh, well, the Giants are a trash organization. They couldn't work. Like, bro, it's the same thing. They bring up the same shit every fucking time. It's like, oh, they should have signed Saquon. No, we tried. He didn't want to come back. And here's the thing, Brian, and this has pissed me off since I swear this past week.
Go off. Let's go.
No, I'm like, everyone's like, oh, well, the Giants treated Daniel Jones wrong. What? All season, you didn't want him to play, and all of a sudden, when the Giants want to demote him, you have an issue. So what do you want, Giants fans? Do you want to keep playing Jones? Or do you want him benched? And now that we release him, oh, we shouldn't have released him. We should have waited till the season ended. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know why?
No, it really
Because if you
doesn't.
release him after the season, you're eating money in 25 and 26. You might as well just, that's like asking to get 2 gunshots 1 year apart. Just take the gunshot now, pay the money in 2025, and then 2026, you'll be off the books. It wasn't going to work.
Better.
Exactly. It wasn't going to work if you kept him the rest of the year. It was going to be awkward. All right. It was going to be awkward, just weird. Like the team already ruined him as it is. Yeah. But that's the thing, that what the team did is something that honestly that no one should disagree with. I don't know why people are disagreeing with it. Like what did you want? Do you want him as QB? Why do you still want him on the team? Why do you still want him? There is no point to keep him. Why do you want him? There's so many freaking Giants fans that are so stupid because like they feel so bad. Dude, like you mentioned at the beginning, they failed to understand that you can feel bad for Jones, the player. I mean, for the person, I should say.
Like you have it, flip it.
You flip it. But you don't have to feel bad for him as the player because he's caused 6 years of mediocrity, at best being mediocre. His best season is 3,000 yards passing. You know who else can throw for 3,000 yards passing? Half the mother freaking league can throw for 3,000.
Jameis Winston can throw 3,000 yards.
Jameis Winston can throw for 3,000 yards. It's just, I don't know why we are a podcast, but also fans of an organization where this fan base is just so stupid because we have idiots that they want one thing, and then when that one thing happens, they find another flaw with said thing. So it's like, I don't know what they want to be happy. Like this move for Jones to be released was the best thing that every fan, smart Giants fan, could ask for, because now you don't have to wake up on Sundays and be like, oh crap, Jones is starting at quarterback or has a chance to play quarterback. No, He is gone. He is going to go somewhere else. And God bless the man. I pray for him that he finds somewhere else to succeed. Will he? Probably not. He is a backup. He is a backup in the NFL. But for Giants fans, we need to understand that he was never going to work out here after he was demoted. Okay? Do you want him on? I don't understand why they wanted him still on the team. Why? Because you feel bad for him as the person. Who cares? Who cares? This is a business. We have now
major distraction is QB3. It's that simple.
Yeah.
All the storyline goes to him and not the veto and what's on the field.
Yeah, we have not won anything, a Super Bowl, in freaking 12 years. And as a matter of fact, that's the point I want to bring up, because Stephen A was trashing the team. Sir, all you talk about is the freaking Cowboys. When have they won a fucking Super Bowl? Huh? It's been a long damn time, I tell you that. The Giants at least won in this past 20 years at least. 2 of them. Twice. And all you do is cover the freaking Cowboys. Shut the F up. You fell off. You get paid just to fucking talk your shit. Shut the fuck up. Giants fans, please. We just got to be smart, man. Mm-hmm. For the love of God, he is gone. Cry about it if you want. No one cares. No one's going to care next week. No one's going to care in a month. No one's going to care in April when we have a new quarterback under center, which I hope we draft one, because we might sign one of free agency, but that's not the point. I'm tired of it, dude. Being a Giants fan, it's taxing in terms of from a sports part of my life, because I can't scroll on Twitter and see one positive thing because everyone has something negative to say.
Yeah.
Because everyone's being emotional about, oh, Jones is gone. His teammates are posting goodbyes. I don't.
Yeah, because he's their friend. I said it on Tuesday that some veterans are not going to be happy with this move because he wins week in and week out. You can go find that clip. So yeah, of course they're going to say goodbye to him. He's a person. There's a guy that in their locker room they built the relationship with. It's like when your coworker retires, quits, or get fired. You say goodbye to them. It's so different.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with saying goodbye. It's the fact that you wanted to say goodbye to Jones, and now that he's gone, you're complaining that he's gone. So did you want him gone in the first place, or did you want to keep him? Which one did you want? You can't have both.
No.
Okay, if you're Giants fans, you can only choose one, and he is gone. So now you want to cry? Take your tears or leave the damn fan base. Matter of fact, go be a fan somewhere else.
I saw a few people saying I'm leaving the fan base because of this one. I'm like, if you're leaving Giants fans because of Daniel Jones, you're under the age of 13 years old.
Yeah, like they're a kid. Like they're just like, oh,
like you did not experience any of the Super Bowls or any of the championships. Like, there is no lifelong Giants fan that is giving up their fandom of the Giants because of Daniel Jones. I can promise you that right now.
Look, I will say this though. In all, even I'm not saying the Giants are blameless. They did mess up. They did mess up because in the span of 48 hours, they demoted Jones to QB4. Then they called
QB3, and then they signed Tim Boyle.
Then put QB4. And then apparently they complained to ESPN, I guess, because someone called from the Giants ESPN because L. Duncan was mocking the Giants.
Guys,
so
freedom of press.
Yeah.
You might not agree with it, but guess what? When you do something, people are going to have an opinion about it. And they're going to, if they have a platform, they're going to share that opinion.
They're going to use it.
I love the New York Giants. I love them a lot. But if they do something stupid, I'm going to come on this show and rip them. And if John Mara calls me up and says, hey, I didn't like the way you said what you said, I'm going to say, sucks. But that's how I feel. And you can't censor me.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to find the clip of El Duncan, but as I look for it right now, look, if I'm the Giants, like, why? You calling ESPN wasn't gonna save your image anyways.
It's gonna make it worse. It's gonna make you seem soft.
Yeah, like, and I know Mara was part of it.
Oh my God, 100%, John. It's so weird that John Mara, who was, the prince that was promised, the chosen son of Wellington. Do you know what Wellington Mara did every single day? You know what he did every single day? He listened to WFAN Sports Talk New York to understand what the fan was thinking. All right? He wanted to know how fans thought. But you know what he never did? When the Giants fans complained, he never called up the radio station and said, tell your host to talk about something else. One, because Mike Francisca and Christopher Mad Dog Russo would have killed him. That was back when Mad Dog was really, really good.
Yeah.
And second, he's all, hey, the fans have their opinion. They might not be happy with it, but they want the win the same amount as we do. They're just expressing it differently.
And we know Mayor's a part of this because, again, he's just trying to save himself and the organization when he's just making it worse.
It's the same thing with Eli. It's Eli 2.0 when everyone forgets John Mara had to sign off on benching Eli Manning.
So he did that. The Kaufman situation, re-signing Jones, because damn well he's a part of that one. I give him 80% of the credit because Shane was forced to do so. And now this whole phone call thing. Yeah. So that's 4 mistakes. Honestly,
and people blame Joe Shane for cutting Jones this today. I saw people on Twitter blaming Joe Shane, how can you cut him? This was John Mara's decision.
He damn right.
John Mara.
I'm telling you, man. He's not approaching John Fisher status, but in terms of from a football standpoint, he's so close. He's so close. Honestly,
it's just he's a And I don't know. Do you ever see the movie The Irishman?
I have not.
Great movie on Netflix. It's 3.5 hours long. So if you need something to kill a night, watch that movie. Incredible. Scorsese, De Niro, Joe Pesci. Great mob movie. Anyway, there's a scene in the movie when Kennedy's a big figure in this movie too, and Kennedy is running for election, and I believe it was Al Pacino who played Jimmy Hoffa goes, the most untrustworthy group of people are millionaires' kids because they did not build the company. They were just handed it to them. That's what we have right now with John Mara. John Mara is Wellington Mara's son. Wellington built the Giants into what they are today. John didn't do that, so he doesn't get how that works. And now he's just living off his last name.
Too bad Jones didn't work out. If he becomes a Sam Darnold, no,
No, I wouldn't be upset.
because it wasn't that the point of releasing him was for it was mutually beneficial for both sides.
Yeah.
He gets to go somewhere else where he's not gonna magically be like a Sam Darnold thing. I mean, look at Darnold; he's struggling now. So I mean, it's not whatever. So
yeah,
he's never gonna be good. He's gonna be an incredible teammate. He's always been that, but he's not gonna have no.
He's a great mentor. Like the Raiders should sign him, and then like when they draft Cam Ward or something, have him just groom him to be like, this is how you act. He's a great locker room guy in that aspect.
Yeah.
Just show the young guys how to carry yourself.
Yeah, but in terms of playing, he's never ever going to. And McShay said it, in the clip that we showed on Tuesday. He's gonna always have, gonna be a backup. So, anyways, though, we do have the clip from Elle Duncan herself, which is what the Giants were complaining about. Mara was.
I haven't seen this, so
yeah, me either. First time for both of us.
All right, let's go. Instant reaction to what the Giants are complaining about. I want to blame Mara yet. I think it's him, but I don't want to say for sure it's him. So let's see what the Giants are upset about.
All right, Miss Duncan, take it away.
Normally reserved taking the L for Fridays, but Giants quarterback Daniel Jones just did something so inexplicable that we made an exception. After being benched this week, Jones took to the podium to say goodbye to the franchise and fans, but with like 7 games left in the season.
All right, I wrote something down just to make sure I say it the right way.
I'm sorry, you have to write this down? Didn't you go to Duke?
The opportunity to play for the New York Giants was truly a dream come true, and I'm extremely grateful to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play here. The Giants are truly a first-class organization, and I have nothing but genuine respect and appreciation for the people who have built it and who helped carry on that tradition. Thank you to all my teammates, coaches, and staff that have done so much for me these past 6 years. Of course, this season has been disappointing for all. I'm excited for the next opportunity and know that there's a lot of good football in front of me, and I'm excited about that. To all the fans, I have deep respect and appreciation for your passion and love for the Giants. The fans are a huge part of what makes playing for the Giants so special. Thank you.
You guys think he had this saved in his notes since like 2020? In all seriousness, DJ, I could have saved you like 90 seconds. A rewrite. Sorry you paid me $108 million for one playoff win, and I look forward to reviving my career as Brock Purdy's backup. The end.
Not a bad landing spot. 10-8.
I mean, like, that's what they're upset about?
Hey, I ain't gonna. She was cooking. Elle Duncan. Hey, I know I trashed ESPN earlier. I didn't say everyone was bad, but hey, Duncan got my respect. Nah, Stephen A, you still a bitch. Excuse my language. Sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, that's why the whole network isn't too bad, because you have people like Duncan talking her sheesh. She was spot on.
I didn't see an issue there. I really didn't.
See, like, Mara, that's what you're mad about.
She made fun of everybody. She made fun of Daniel Jones for not remembering the thing, making the jab he went to Duke, which is kind of funny. Like, oh, like you're a smart guy, you can't remember it. And then she made fun of the Giants for giving $100 million for one playoff win. That's what happened, guys. We can't argue that fact. That is what we did.
Hey, Mara. So I'm pretty sure Mara saw this. Like, oh my god, she's criticizing my decision. I have to call ESPN. Like, shut the. This is your fault, Mara. You did this to yourself. You saw one playoff win and said, "If I can't have him,
no one else.
No one can. Give him the money." But Joe Shane, if you want your job, go pay Daniel Jones. Fine. Give him 4 years. Yeah, you better give him 4 years. 160. What? I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure Joe Shane didn't want to give Daniel Jones 4 years. I truly think if we can go back on it, Joe Shane would have given him a year, maybe 2.
He would have franchise tagged him.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, all things considered, they would have paid Saquon. If we knew everything that Saquon would have this revitalization of his career, they would have signed Saquon to the long-term contract and tagged Jones. Yeah, you're 100% right with that one.
Yeah, franchise tag would have been like 35 million, I think.
Yeah, but then they could have worked it out when they gave him like a 2-year deal like this for like less money, and it's less this, that, the other thing.
All that stuff. Nah, but she was spot on. No, I had no issue with that whatsoever. I mean, Mara, this is your fault. You created this mess, and now Joe Shane has to fix your frick. Where the frick is Tish? Where is Tish?
This is Tish. This is classic him. He does not get involved in football operations. He is more hands off, handling the business side of things. Tish only steps in very rare situations, like the Coughlin decision. Tish stepped in because I think if we know what we know now, and like kind of piecing together, Tish was definitely the owner trying to save Coughlin's job while Mar was trying to push him out. And then Tish also got involved with the Joe Judge firing because Mar wanted to keep Judge and Tish wanted him out.
See, you just said two. You added another thing to the list of things that Mara has done wrong, which is he wanted to keep.
Remember, John Mara called Joe Judge the next Bill Parcells. That is a real quote from John Mara. He did not want to. He thought he lost him. I'm like, no, the next Parcells was named Tom Coughlin. You had him and let him walk out the door.
I hope one day Mara just comes and has an interview. I want to see what he has to say.
I would love to interview John Mara. I have a lot of questions for him.
Oh, we may never even get to all the questions because he has.
How do we? Can we request an interview? How do we do that?
I'll probably call the Giants.com. Be like, yeah, we have to call the Giants like headquarters or whatever. Yeah, and
I'll do it right now.
East Rutherford. You leave a voicemail.
How do I do this? Why is this in German?
What website are you?
I looked up Giants interview requests and a bunch of German stuff popped up.
Austrian? No, you know what?
Whoa!
No, not even gonna try. Well, as you look for the way to contact the Giants, so a statement from Mara himself today on Daniel Jones. Quote, Daniel Jones came to see me this morning and asked if we would release him. We mutually agreed that it would be best for him and for the team. Daniel has been a great representative of our organization, first class in every way. His handling of the situation yesterday exemplifies just that. Dick sucker. We are all disappointed in how things have worked out. We hold Daniel in high regard and have a great appreciation for him. We wish him nothing but the best in the future. End quote.
I found the Giants ticket office, which is not what I want, but
we will figure this out. We're on to something. But yeah, John Mara, look, dude, I don't know what to tell you. He needs to just get out of football, dealing with any football operation stuff. I don't know if Tish needs to like talk to him. If he can, please do, Steve. Like, bro, Mara is just so bad. Like, the fact that he's made so many mistakes over the past 6 years, where it's like almost keeping Joe Judge to, re-signing Daniel Jones to that contract, wanting to bring back Saquon and Jones at the same time when that would mess up the whole cap space, which would not allow us to sign the players that we have right now. It's a bunch of things that he's done wrong, and he just wants to continue to burn this organization to the ground. Wellington is literally rolling over in his grave, seeing what John is doing, and it's just like, I did not raise you to be this stupid. Like, you got to be freaking on a whole different level to be acting like this. And at the end of the day, like, we have to live with these mistakes. Joe Shane has to like deal with this mess for the foreseeable future, because it's, Shane and Dable, likely going to be back next year. I will say Mara better not. I know Dable said in the interviews recently that always has a say when it comes to, or has part of a say when it comes to decisions. But I kid you not, Mara better not be the reason why we do not get Shedeur Sanders or Kim Ward if we have a top 5 pick. If we draft Quinn Ewers in the top 5,
it's Daniel Jones 2.0.
If we draft Garrett Nussmeier in the top 5, matter of fact, if we draft Nussmeier or Ewers in the top 10, it will be because of freaking John Mara, because he has a preference towards a certain ethnicity. And he is the reason why we were stuck with freaking Daniel Jones. So, with that being said, Mara, you better not have any more freaking say in football operations because you set back this organization 6 years because you're stupid.
6 years.
Idiotic.
We got set back when he hired Dave Gettleman as GM. That's when we got set back.
8 years.
Yeah.
8 years back because of your stupid, idiotic, biased, racist decision making.
I don't think he's going to come on the show anymore.
Good. I don't want him anyways. He is pathetic. And I swear, next year, this roster better not say anything. If I hear one word of that damn dude's mouth, I swear I'm going to lose it. I don't want him to say anything about the. He needs to sit back on his couch like a regular old ass grandpa and just sit there and just watch. Just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Let Shane, Brandon Brown, Tim McDonald, let the Giants.
Tim McDonald, no.
No? Okay.
That's Mara's son-in-law. Or some,
right, because he was the one on
some relation by marriage. He's Mara's little voice in the room.
Just fine. Shane, Brown, let two dudes do their thing. Do not touch anything. It's like we have to put the baby locks in this organization because you're going to try to get... No. Don't touch anything. Because if you touch
Mara's
one thing...
He's Wellington Mara's grandson. So he's a nephew. He's a nephew or, he's a nephew or something.
Oh, whatever. I think that's it. I think we covered the bases. I think I did. Okay. I was waiting for today. That's why I needed an extra day. I was sick yesterday, but I just needed an extra day.
Thank God we had the extra day.
That's true because Jones got released yesterday.
We definitely would have done an emergency. I think it would have covered an emergency. But thank God we waited for the day. We could just really digest this whole thing because it is an important day. And this is something that hopefully sets the Giants down the right path, that we're not going to repeat the same mistakes. We're moving on from a mediocre quarterback in Daniel Jones, and we can finally, go full in that we are going after a quarterback now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Whether that's, trading for a disgruntled veteran, signing some guy like a bridge quarterback like a Justin Fields and trying to build a roster around him, or, if we're lucky enough to get, a top 3 pick, drafting Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. One of the two to help bring this franchise back. The Giants in 2025 will have a better quarterback under center, regardless of which direction they take.
And for Jones, in terms of him, look, there's going to be he should clear waivers because if a team picks him up through waivers, they'll
take the contract on.
That $13 million is what they will have to pay for him, I think, this season. So no one's going to pick that up, obviously, for a backup quarterback. So he will probably clear waivers, become a free agent, and the other 31 teams can bring him back or sign him, I should say. Teams like the
get picked up.
Teams like the Eagles came to mind. El Duncan mentioned the Niners, which will likely not be occurring because they have Josh Dobbs already.
Chargers I saw was popular today. Bobby Skinner of Talking Giants said Chargers.
Look at that. Justin Herbert and Daniel Jones on the same team. That's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert was supposed to be the Giants quarterback, but
supposed to be a Giants quarterback. Everyone forgets that. If Justin Herbert comes out college a year earlier, Dave Gettleman was going to do whatever he got to get him.
Yeah. I guess Gettleman wasn't.
Who knows what happens to Justin Herbert under Jason Garrett and Joe Judge. But we'd be in a better spot right now. I can guarantee you that much.
Yeah, he would still be a franchise quarterback. We just need
my God. Could you imagine Brian Dable? I wish the Chargers weren't having this much success because I know they would be open to trading Justin Herbert this offseason.
I know, that's true. But Herbert's balling. They got a good coach there in Harbaugh, man. So, it is what it is. But Jones, thank you, sir, for your service as a great teammate and for your one playoff win.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, like there were some okay memories with Daniel Jones, like the playoff win.
yeah, but a lot of bad ones.
Getting the sniper thing in Philadelphia was funny, like we said on the other
Yeah.
show.
It's just so hard to dislike him because he's such a great guy.
And
But
that's something else I want to bring up. I've noticed this a lot, and there's a certain segment of Giants fans. I don't want to say all Giants fans, but a certain group of Giants fans that want their quarterback to just be a carbon copy of Eli Manning. Like every quarterback has to act like Eli Manning, be like Eli Manning, and all this. Hey, guy, I know Eli Manning won the Giants 2 Super Bowls, and he's an all-time great Giant. He's a top 3 Giant in history. He's the greatest quarterback this organization's ever seen. All that stuff can be true. But just because that's true doesn't mean that has to be the standard for every quarterback. Every quarterback we're not going to be successful if we're constantly trying to find the next Eli Manning. We have to go and look at guys based on what they can do on the field and not hold them to some standard because, well, that's the way Eli Manning did it. Well, no, if this quarterback has his way of doing it and it's winning, we much rather win than have someone that reminds you of your childhood hero. That's simple. So as much as we can love and romanticize about Eli Manning, we also have to be real for a second and realize that just because Eli worked out for us doesn't mean that other quarterbacks that are like Eli are going to work out for us as well.
That's the thing. We don't need look. Every football player can be a great teammate, but we need more than that. We need a dog. We need someone that can go out there and make plays. You know,
are the Patriots trying to get the carbon copy of Tom Brady right now?
No.
Are the Colts trying to find a carbon copy of Peyton Manning? Are the Dolphins trying to find a carbon copy of Dan Marino? Are the Niners trying to find a carbon copy of Joe Montana? No. Those are all great quarterbacks I just listed, and the team has honored them. They love them. All the fan base said nothing but good things to say about them. But the one thing they're looking for a quarterback is the ability to play that position. Daniel Jones doesn't have it. Don't care how much he reminds you of Eli Manning. He's not going to be like Eli Manning.
No. He's similar to Eli in terms of coached by Cutcliffe.
Personality. Kind of looks like him from certain angles.
Other than that, that is pretty much it. He has never played like Eli.
No.
Any of that stuff.
He runs. Eli Manning never ran the ball.
Yeah, that's the only one of the major differences that Jones can run.
Jones is athletic. That's why like at year 3, I wasn't ready to give up on Daniel Jones because I'm like, if you just get a coach to unlock him, he could be a great dual threat quarterback. Now we're on year 6. So I'm kind of tired of the experiment.
Yeah. So it is now over, this experiment. So, yeah, well, thanks, Jones, for sort of nothing. And best of luck wherever you go next. Bye. All right. Giants Bucs preview. Yeah, we'll keep it short. What you need to know. Bucs suck at pass defense. So what does that mean?
DeVito.
Sling it. You know, I'm telling you, he better sling it. In terms of injury report for the Giants against the Bucs, let's see, the report was released today. I just had it. As I look for it, Mike Evans will be back for the Buccaneers this Sunday. Ironically, against us. You know, we all, for some reason, players always want to be healthy when they want to play.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you want to be healthy? You got to career games against our secondary right now.
It's like, you might as well tune-up game. Call the Giants a tune-up game.
Yeah,
basically.
Pretty much. I mean, think about it. All they're playing for right now is pride and like trying to see who gets a contract next year. That's it. That's the main motivator for the Giants right now is, do you want a job next year?
Mm-hmm. So in the first game for the Giants post Daniel Jones or post DJ, the injury report looks like this. Questionable are all of these 5 guys: Bryce Ford Wheaton, Micah McFadden, Darius Muasau, Malik Neighbors, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Malik was on the injury report today. He did not practice today. Same thing with McFadden, but Neighbors is kind of more important. But he should be good to go. I don't.
What's his injury? Did they say?
Neighbors is a groin, so yes, okay. It is. It seems like it should be.
Okay. Yeah, he could have just slept on the. He could have been running and felt something pull or something like that, or like hyperextending his leg, doing something stupid. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that kind of paused. Like, how many times have you taken a steps like, oh, that didn't feel right?
Yeah, let me just like
It could
chill, like let it
it could
rest.
be
Yeah.
something as stupid as that.
Mm-hmm. So thankfully, well, not thankfully, yeah, sort of thankfully, he's resting today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
If there's any updates, but we are getting Kayvon Thibodeau officially back. He came off the IR this week. I had a wrist injury that required surgery, so he missed 5 straight games after getting hurt October 6th. Yeah, he looks to be fully activated off the IR and ready to go for Sunday's game. But Neighbors hopefully will play. You know, DeVito could use him for sure.
Oh my God, DeVito would love Malik Neighbors. I think Neighbors would love DeVito, for being honest.
He will give him the ball. And he talked about it in an interview too. He knows that DeVito's going to give him the football, and he'll be ready for that and all that good stuff. So, but in terms of the Bucs, Jamal Dean practiced fully. Ben Bredesen, the former Giant, practiced fully as well. So they look like,
Of course,
they're
he
gonna
did.
be playing. Yeah, of course, right. Mike Evans will be playing. Everyone else is kind of. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Tyreek Smith, the safety for the Bucs, is doubtful. Troy Hill, the corner for the Bucs, is questionable. Jalen McMillan is healthy, ready to go. Tristan Wirfs was limited, but he should be ready to go as well. Andrew Phillips, also for the Giants, fully practiced on Friday, so he'll be good. Tyler Newman was limited on Friday with the back injury. He'll be fine, though. But also Darius Slayton and Greg Van Roten with a concussion and abdomen injury, respectively. Fully practice on Thursday and Friday.
They're going.
Yeah, they'll be good to go. So, for the Buccaneers, I mean, their offense is clearly around Baker Mayfield. He's turned himself around this season completely.
He's the franchise guy in Tampa Bay now.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, he's matured massively from the guy we saw come out of Oklahoma and drafted to Cleveland. Has come a long way.
I think Cleveland's. I mean, like, I know Cleveland had a super exciting game last night with Jameis and everything, but you don't think deep down they're like, we really should never have cut Baker or never have traded him away. He would help us so much right now.
100%. That's what happens when you cut a guy who led you to your first playoff win, and you want to be
played injured. He had a torn labrum. He couldn't throw a football.
And yeah, he still went out there. Hey, man, you can't question his heart. He loves the game. He loves playing it. He is a father now, and that has made him a better person. It seems like from what we've seen on clips and videos off the field, like he's a good guy. But I think he's always been, but I think it just took some maturity, some time for him to find himself. And honestly, I'm really glad he did. And for the Buccaneers, I mean, they have succeeded because of him. They're in the thick of the NFC South division race, and they have a chance to continue their race towards the top with a win over the Giants this weekend. But for New York, you're 2-8. Obviously, you want to lose enough games to be a top 5 pick. Best case scenario, the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
But with DeVito under center, you just never know, because DeVito can win you 3 straight games and take you out of the top 5 pick completely.
Or you could drop all 3 games and we're done.
No, I want to see DeVito succeed, man.
No, I do too.
I know you do too. It's just Giants fans want to see us lose, and it's like I want to lose too, but it's hard because I don't know which one I want.
Obviously, like, if we lose, it's better for the health of the organization. We'll be in a better spot to draft a quarterback. But like, as a fan, you can never go into a game being like, I want to lose this game.
Yeah, it's
like
hard.
Your emotions are too much into it. Like, oh my God, we're winning, and I know the short-term happiness is going to make you feel a lot better than being sad right now.
Mm-hmm. And there's going to be some dumb Giants fans who are like, oh, if we beat the Bucs on Sunday, we should have lost, man. Like we can't get a top 5 pick.
We should never cut Daniel Jones because he should have been here. Well, guys, what if Daniel Jones got hurt and then we got to pay him the $23 million? Then we're stuck with him.
Yeah, see, idiots. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
so many uneducated fans that don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Giants, hope you win against Tampa. I really have nothing. Like I
just want to see Tommy DeVito go out and have a good game. I'm just ready to have fun. Just have fun watching football and just something different. It's not the same thing over and over again. I think Daboll is going to open the playbook up a little bit. I think we're going to see more design runs, more deep throws, more trying to hit guys in stride. I think we're going to see a lot more of that on Sunday.
For DeVito, when he was asked about the reception in the locker room the other day, when his teammates and everyone were like Tommy Cutlets, and he was like, I put everything into the sport for the logo on the jersey, my name, my back, my family, my teammates, the fans. Like he cares about the game as well, and he
He
cares
grew
about
up
the
20
fans.
minutes from the stadium. He knows what the Giants are.
Mhm.
He knows what it means to be a Giant.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying, for the next 7 games, he may play like a guy the Giants should bring back next year and possibly the starter, even though it's most likely not going to happen.
Mhm.
He could play well enough to be like, you know what?
From a story aspect of what a great story this would be. Having DeVito be the franchise guy would be an incredible story. The kid that grew up 20 minutes away from the stadium is now the star quarterback.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't have high expectations for. All I ask is for DeVito, I should say. Just keep us competitive, man. Help us put up points.
Keep it respectable.
Yeah. You put up 28 points, we still lose, then that's on the defense. And then that's a whole different story that we'll cover the next show.
Then we're finally making fun of the defense. Because every week on this show, it was, hey, they played well, but we are limited on offense and couldn't do anything. If we could go a week saying that the offense did their job and put us in a position to win, I'll be ecstatic.
Damn right. So, DeVito, do your thing, brother. Speaking of defense, real quick for the Giants, you know who the best corner in the NFL is, according to Pro Football Focus?
Oh, it's Drew Phillips.
Drew Phillips. What's it called? Not too bad of a pick, Joe Shane. I'll tell you that much right now.
Now he's playing corner, so I don't know if he's ever going to move off corner, but I am fine keeping him there.
At nickel, I'll keep him there.
Yeah.
So, last night was pretty fun.
Last night was awesome.
Dude, it went from just straight regular green grass to 10 minutes later. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Like, I loved it, man. Just the environment was so cool.
How could you not love a snow game? Like, that is like playing with your friends in the backyard because you got the day off from school. Like, that's what that is. That's what football is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And for all you losers who want a dome in Cleveland, that's why you don't put a dome in Cleveland. I know your passing game might suffer, but you don't get cool moments like Jameis Winston hurdling somebody backwards in a snowstorm. That was so much cooler than Saquon's.
I have to agree. This is the AFC North. This is the toughest football division.
Yeah.
Like Ravens, Steelers, Browns, but like all 4 teams are always competitive.
That absolutely hate each other.
It's very competitive. This is a rivalry game yesterday in the snow, battling it out. So, it was sort of back and forth between these two teams because Steelers were up at one point, the Browns and the Steelers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Passing game was pretty from the Steelers and Winston.
I mean, considering the conditions, I think they did fine.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
In a snowstorm, I think they did pretty well passing.
Wilson 270 yards, Winston 219. But man, it's nothing like snowing and just seeing the run game. Just Nick Chubb. Whoo! I'm glad he's back, baby.
There were so many pictures and shots from the game where I'm like, if I was a Browns or Steelers fan, that'd be my wallpaper on my computer or my phone. Hell, my phone wallpaper is actually, funny enough, is a Notre Dame player in the snow catching a football.
Oh my god! Ooh, that is sick.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. Yes, it just goes to show, man. Playing in the snow, it's the perfect football. This is like winter. The first sign of winter coming.
I think the players doing the snow angels and stuff. It's just fun. You're reminded of why you love football when you see games like this.
Jameis Winston is such a character.
What was that pregame speech? Did you see the pregame interview right before kickoff? Right before kickoff.
The one with the lady, right? With Haley. I apologize, ma'am. Haley.
Yeah, it was literally right going to kickoff. She asked him a question and he just rambled for 50 seconds about something not even remotely close to what she asked.
I'll find the clip right now, but
it was incredible. Oh, what is this?
Recent post from Tyrone Tracy, as my banner is covering it here. It says, "Go be great, 8."
Yeah.
Oh man, you're making me sad, Giants players. No, it is.
They lost a friend. Tracy definitely had a relationship with Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
that's a guy they work with, and he's no longer there. It's going to be different. It's going to be sad. 100%. It happens, guys.
But that just goes to show, like you mentioned earlier, right? Just respect the teammates have for Kaylee Harntongue, that's her name, by the way. But just to respect that Giants players have for Jones, and everything, it's perfectly valid. That's how much of a great teammate he was. But then again, we'll keep saying that he just wasn't a good player for this Giants team. That's to his release. So, but back to the Browns Steelers game. Yeah, Winston, he knows how to talk. I tell you that. And this pregame interview that Brian was referring to, we'll show it right now for you. Because I think it's necessary to see just how good Winston is when it comes to talking to the media or pregame, post-game interviews, all that stuff. He's just so entertaining. And well, here it is. Well, it's sort of loading, so we'll wait for that. But
this is a great interview because it happened, and my dad immediately goes, "What drugs is he on right now?" It was his immediate reaction to that.
I don't know how he's so good at just talking. He was smiling at one point when the lady mentioned snow, and I don't know why. I know everyone's excited.
He was insane. He legit come off as just the crazy homeless guy outside your street. You're like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And he just goes on this wild rampage. He's like, "Dude, I just want you to say good. How about you?" Instead, you're talking about the Dalai Lama for some reason.
You think the Earth is flat?
Yeah, he's legit like that. It's like, bro, I just asked you how your day was.
All right, Jim, let's take it away, man.
You have said you don't become a Brown until you beat the Steelers. What will it take tonight?
The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. So I'm dependent on the Lord.
Is that the message to the team?
Day by day, one play at a time. That's the message.
Weather conditions tonight. We're expecting winds up to 15 miles per hour in a wintry mix. How will that impact your ability to throw the ball?
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow, to be in true football weather in Cleveland, Ohio at Huntington Bank Field today to give him the glory. It's a beautiful day.
Sure feels like you're playing in the AFC North.
It is. It's magical. Thank you.
He didn't answer a single question she asked him.
Dude, you can see his big ass smile when she was like, winds up to 50 miles per hour. She was like,
no.
I was like, damn, man, why are you so excited about winds being 50 miles an hour? Yeah, everyone else would be complaining because it's windy as hell. No,
what does it take to beat the Steelers? Horses prepare to battle.
It's like, what?
What is this guy talking about?
Him thanking the Lord and everything. Obviously,
oh, yeah, no, that all makes
respect.
Yeah.
But everything else makes no sense. Is that your message to the team? One play at a time.
One play at a time. Some guy in the truck is just like, do we cut this or just keep going?
He's just, honestly, I would love to have him.
It would be so much fun to have as a Giants quarterback. As
really
the bridge guy. Not he is a good quarterback and has shown that he can play well with a good team around him. But just the interviewing a fish he just caught and that pregame speech, he is just a wacky guy, and he's just gonna have fun stories to this team.
He's a good teammate.
This is the same man who got suspended in college for a half and went out in practice, and Jimbo Fisher had to be like, Jameis, you can't be here. You're suspended. He's like, oh, right. And back in the locker room.
Dude, he got fully dressed. He was wasn't he warming up with the team at one point?
He was warming up. He had the pads and the jersey and everything on. It's like, bro, you can't play you can't be here.
And he was like, okay, and he just ran off.
It's like, what, Jimbo gonna forget that? Oh wait, I guess we didn't suspend Jameis. It's like, no, it's pretty clear we suspended you.
It's like, yeah, I know what the college did to you. Get your butt back in there. I don't need you that bad. I would want you on the field. I don't need you that bad, but no, but he's changed a lot. He's a lot goofy now, but obviously, great family man, respectful guy, great teammate. By his pregame huddles with his team where he talks. I think yesterday he was like, it's not about the lights, not about the cameras, it's not about the action. It's about the action. Yeah, I don't know, but honestly, we make fun of Winston, but in a good way because he's
It's
just
from love because he's so funny.
He's so comedic, and his touchdown run yesterday was
whoa. Inject that into my veins.
I know. Get me a quarterback like that for real. But great game last night. Great conditions. I know it's not the best game to witness in person in terms of staying warm and all that.
Oh no. Those games are fun. Cold games are so much fun for some reason.
It's hard to keep yourself warm and all that.
If you can but you're like you bond with everybody. It's like we are all miserable right now because it's so cold. They better win. It's like your emotions are more wrapped up in what the team. And when the team wins, you're so much happier. And if they lose, you're just crushed.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, it's like that camaraderie. It's like, come on, guys, let's go. Let's go to battle. Like you guys are battling each other. We're battling the elements.
Go to battle, huh? Oh,
yeah.
Don't. Winston, what did he say?
The horses are ready.
The horses are ready for battle. All right, Jameis.
We love you, Jameis.
All right. No more anything for Jameis.
No more of that special juice for him. Before a game.
Special stuff.
No, but Browns win yesterday to go 3-8 on the year. Steelers losing it.
How did that team beat Baltimore?
That's what I'm saying. Think about that. Yeah, the Browns. You beat the Ravens and the Steelers, yet your record is still way below 500.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Steelers, you can't talk about a Steelers loss without talking about George Pickens throwing a fit. Apparently, post-game, he was talking with the fan in the stands, and he said post-game, quote, "I don't think the Browns are a good team." Oh, yeah, well, you guys are 8-3, and you lost to the 2-8 Browns. Yeah, and wait a minute. What did you do, Pickens? Oh, I don't know. 4 catches, 48 yards. You almost had a touchdown. Yeah, Wilson threw it right to you, but you ran the wrong route, and the ball was behind you. Right. So the Browns are a bad team, and the conditions favored them.
See, that's just George Pickens trying to cope. Like, that reminds me of when I went to the Mets-Yankee game this year, and the Mets were winning 12-0 on the Yankees. There was this drunk Yankee fan yelling. I was cheering the entire time. He's yelling at me, "You guys should be celebrating. You're not making the playoffs." I turn around. I'm like, dude, I'm beating you 12-0. I could care less what's going to happen in 4 months from now.
Wait, hold on. 4 months later.
Yeah, and then 4 months later, the Mets, go on this improbable run and all that. But yeah, no, that's just George Pickens trying to deflect the blame, trying to be like, hey, the Browns aren't good. This loss doesn't mean anything. It's like, no, dude, you lost. You lost to a team you should have beaten. And this is becoming a trend with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has lost a lot of these games they should have won. They play down to their competition an awful lot. And I know Mike Tomlin's very consistent. He keeps getting to 500. But at a certain point, Steelers fans have to ask yourself, is he a guy that can get us over that hump? Because he's not proven it so far. And at one point, do you have to make a coaching change in order to get better?
It's been a long time since he made the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he made the Super Bowl 45. I don't think he didn't win that one. He did quarter 43, right? That was still Bill Cowher.
43.
Yeah, was that Bill Cowher or was that Tomlin's first year?
I think it was Tomlin.
Was it Tomlin?
I'll take a look right now. I think Cowher was
it was by Tomlin. All right, so everyone won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl 43.
Yeah.
And then you went to one at Super Bowl 45 2 years later. We're at Super Bowl 59? Long time ago.
Long time. So, well, hey, we would take Mike. No, sorry, I love Dable too much, man. I
want Dable to get his quarterback. I want him to pick his quarterback before I'm willing to just write him off and bring someone new in.
But I was happy when he got hired because he was a quarterback guru in Buffalo. When obviously worked with Joe Shane in Buffalo as well. So, keep those two together, man, or fire both of them. You can't keep one and let go of the other, obviously.
Yeah.
It just creates a whole messed up dynamic. But
yeah.
All right. Final topic of the day before we head off. Travis Hunter playing both ways. Obviously you're like, oh, you guys are so late to the party. No, we know he's playing both ways in college. But in the NFL, that's another issue. Apparently he was speaking to reporters on Thursday on a Zoom call, I believe. Obviously, he's more than likely to win the Heisman Trophy this year, with the 2 games remaining in the college football season.
Yes, two regular season games, and then depending on what happens in the playoffs and stuff.
It's almost over, man.
I know, it's sad.
Man. I'm so excited for Army Navy though, dude. The uniforms are so lit,
Aren't they? Those are
love
good
'em.
uniforms this year.
Woo, man! I can't wait for that
The
game.
Navy with the Jolly Roger. Oh my god,
Dude, that was so good. I can't wait to see the teams run the ball 80 freaking times combined. That's Army Navy football, baby.
Army Navy. Yeah, exactly. That's Army Navy for you.
But it's been an incredible college football season filled with, different uniforms from different teams to Heisman guys like Hunter and Gianti, to teams that we didn't expect to be good this year, like Indiana. They're being,
big game for them this weekend with Ohio State.
Who do you have winning that one, if you don't mind?
I have Ohio State winning that one.
Yeah. Indiana should still make the playoffs.
They become a lot tougher with an Ohio State loss because their resume is very weak. Not
But
saying they can't. Oh, look, the Giants emailed me.
What did you say?
Nothing. I don't know. They just emailed me. Just something completely different. New York Football Giants take on Buccaneers in Week 12.
Yeah.
I've got an email all year for the Giants.
Because DeVito's playing now, so it's like, come on down.
Buy a ticket. It's exciting now. Forget everything about Daniel Jones. You like Sopranos? We'll play their theme song when he runs out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Then after a game, you go to the world famous Bada Bing, 10 minutes away from the stadium. That is true. Any Sopranos fans who do not know where they filmed the Bada Bing, which is the strip club in Sopranos, is 10 minutes from Giant Stadium. Pass it every time I go in.
I love being a fan of this team.
Mm-hmm. It's 100%. You can look it up. It's like Satin's Dolls, what it's called now.
Oh my god. I can't.
It's so much fun because every time we drive past it, every time going to the stadium, we drive past it. I'm like, there it is.
Like, DeVito. This is DeVito's place. No, but at the end of the day, I'm excited to see DeVito. But college football season almost coming to an end, and with Travis Hunter officially declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft, in an interview with reporters on Thursday, was asked about playing both ways and said, quote, "I fully intend on playing both ways in the NFL." So, my question to you, how is he going to do it? Can he do it?
I don't think he can do it. I think the only way he can do it if he plays like part-time with one. He focuses at corner, but there's like 10 or 15 plays where they use him as a wide receiver. I think that's the only way he can realistically play both ways because there's, injury risk involved playing both ways. It's a lot harder making that jump from, the college to NFL because there's a lot of teams in college that are weaker than the NFL. Like Urban Meyer said it best when he first, became a Jaguars coach. Every single week, it feels like I'm preparing for Alabama. Every week you're going up against Alabama, you can't play 122 snaps a game. You'll get winded real fast.
If you had to choose from to focus primarily on one position, what would that be? Receiver?
I think receiver is what I think he'll lean, but I think it's going to depend on the organization that drafts him. Like, I feel like if the Giants drafted him, they're going to use him more as a corner than as they were as a wide receiver.
Which brings me to my final question. Because for me, I would like to see him play both ways. I think it'll be fun. I think he could.
I would love him to. I just don't think he can without him constantly getting injured or not living up to his full potential.
Maybe like slot corner,
or like a deep threat kind of guy, or goal line situations where they bring 4 wide receivers in. You might put Travis Hunter out there as well.
But you bring up the Giants, so I have to ask. If we did draft him, would you have an issue?
I would have to see what the quarterback position looks like. Like, The only way I'd be okay with drafting Travis Hunter is if the Giants sign somebody like Matt Stafford or Justin Fields or go trade for a Trevor Lawrence. You know, if they have the quarterback situation figured out and like, okay, there is going to be some, you know, like this is going to be a solidified guy for a couple seasons, then I'm fine with, okay, let's go build the roster around him then. Go get the best talented guy. Go get Travis Hunter. But if they don't have that and they decide to pass on a quarterback and draft Travis Hunter, we're going to have some issues.
So if we just, you know, keep DeVito.
If DeVito struggles and they just say we're going to run it back with DeVito for another season, then I'm going to have problems. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
I'm sure.
We're wasting a premium. We shouldn't be in this position long enough. Let's go get the quarterback. That's my main argument for not drafting Saquon is, guys, we're drafting second overall. We shouldn't be in this position ever again. Let's get the next franchise quarterback now so we don't have to worry about it. No matter if Eli plays a season more, if he plays 3 more seasons, we have the heir apparent to him, and we don't have to waste capital to move up to get one.
This quarterback class is already kind of small as it is. Not a lot of top tier guys. So it's the point where, you know, if you're in the top 5 or top 10, if you need to trade up, you got to trade up to the Giants because you need to get your quarterback now. Yeah. Travis Hunter is great. I will in a whole different year. I would love to have him, but you know, it's hard.
Oh, if it was last year, I would be banging the drum for Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
like let's go get him. Darius Slayton is the biggest loser in this whole thing because Daniel Jones had such a repertoire with him, and I don't know if another quarterback is going to be able to find that connection that those two had.
Damn.
I legit said, like, I was done with Jalen Hyatt because, like, Daniel Jones had a connection with Slayton, and I'd much rather him just be out there with guys he's comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. That hurts, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, from a teammate perspective, again, we'll say it again. It's just,
do you think there might be a possibility that Darius Slayton is going to be, like, the next Ruben Randall, where, like, he just kind of plays out his contract and just never goes anywhere again?
He's a receiver you can get anywhere.
You can get. There are 1,000 Darius Slaytons in college right now. 1,000 of them. You can pick any one of them in the draft right now.
You may miss him, Darius, but just wait till you get a new quarterback that will get you the ball. Question: that Trevor Lawrence trade you brought up the other day, did you think of that yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, well, someone copied you. Hey, Tiki.
Tiki Barber copied. I saw it the next day, but no, I swear I've been thinking the Trevor Lawrence thing for a while, being like, what if Trevor Lawrence becomes available? Is that someone the Giants can target? Like, well, you know, the Jaguars are sitting 1. Let's just say they fall in love with Cam Ward. Could they, you know, if they're going to clean house of fire Peterson, fire the GM, or GM and new head coach going to want to, like, try to make it work with Trevor Lawrence, or are they going to want their guy?
Let's see what he has to say.
The only way this works is if the Jacksonville Jaguars decide we're moving on from Doug Peterson, we're going to change everything, we're going to strip everything down, and you know that as the worst team in the league, because currently they hold the #1 overall draft pick, they might want to reset at quarterback. And even if they don't, I think whoever is running, and I think it's going to be Joe Shane and Dabes, the guys that are running the New York Giants need to consider that as an option. Figure out the package it's going to take and trade for Trevor Lawrence. He's got all of the talent that you want. The challenge for him he hasn't had consistency in his coaching staff, and his coordinator over the last couple of years, Press Taylor, and him never feel like they've been on the same page. And if the issue is that you're worried about the turnovers, what was Dave's best accomplishment with Daniel Jones 2 years ago?
Cutting him down.
He led the league in turnover percentage. And so I think this is an interesting scenario and an option, because if you are the Giants, I'm talking about the organization, John Mara, the Tisches, making the decision on a head coach, how many years are you going to give them to draft a quarterback and then hope that he develops?
They have to make a phone call. They at least have to explore that option. Like, they would be doing themselves a disservice if they did not, you know, at least see what it would cost. Like, what if they call them up, be like, hey, if you take on a bunch of the cap, we'll only trade it for like a 3rd round pick or something like that. I know that's not going to happen, but like, you don't know until you pick that phone up.
What is the most you would give up?
First? couple firsts.
This year?
Yeah.
Fuck. Nah, I can't do it.
I know it's tough. It's tough.
I wouldn't do it. Nah, even if they would, I wouldn't do it. I can't. He's been. I understand, like Barbara mentioned, inconsistency with his coach. No, I'm sorry. For a guy that put up the exact same stats as Jones, average his whole career, inconsistent. They're bad right now. He has had weapons in the past, has still went at best 9-8. No, I can't. I need a fresh slate. I need someone new. I need fresh blood, someone that has like a straight up rookie. I can't keep dealing with average media. Let Jacksonville handle that. That's their decision. They should live with it. If I'm Shane, I'm Dable. That is not quote unquote my guy.
Right, yeah, that's the guy. I mean, it would be your guy because you technically did pick him and stuff. But no, you're right. Like they need to go pick a quarterback that's not been touched by anybody else. It's not been quote unquote ruined by anybody else. It's their guy, and they can mold him into the player they want to be. But at that same time, you do have to at least make that phone call, and just to kick around the idea, because it can open up so many other doors and avenues. Like, oh well, if we handle it with her Lawrence, who we could turn around, we could spend that first on like a Johnson from Michigan in the corner, or Travis Hunter, or something like that.
True. Would open up different avenues, but we'll see.
Yeah, it makes the Giants more flexible and not so quarterback or bust, which I think if you're drafting in a position or bust, you're kind of limiting yourself and kind of shooting yourself in the foot a little bit, not exploring other options.
Perfectly fair. So, yeah, we'll see what the Giants decide to do in the offseason with a quarterback. But yeah, well, as of today, the Jones era is officially over now with his release by the team as of Friday, November 22nd, 2024. And that'll wrap it up for episode 43 of the 30 Podcast. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016 here on the headline. You can follow me at Nathan_Nguyen24. And you can follow our podcast page at 310 Pod on all things social media. So Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So, yep. Episode 43 is over. We'll see you guys next week for episode 44. We'll talk Giants Bucs, and then
more fallout for the Daniel Jones, because there's more coming. There's more headlines coming.
Yeah, has to be more coming, and we'll talk more about the Jets actually next time.
Yeah, the Jets, what a disaster! What an absolute disaster they would have been.
There's more news.
They might have benched Rodgers.
I know. I can't. Wow, dude, the owner. He's got some balls, man. I will say.
Here's the poll. What's worse, being a Giants or Jets fan right now? Because you know what?
I know.
I think we got the better deal.
I feel like it's a bigger mess with the Jets right now.
Yeah,
because you have all these good players.
At least, like we claim John Mara medals and stuff, and he does, but I don't think he medals as much as Woody Johnson does.
Well, next week we'll cover all that Jet stuff, and we'll talk more about it and see what is going on with the other team that plays at MetLife. So, for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for your support, and as always, please follow us on our social media.